Welcome.
And we're back to Wrestling in Mom's Basement. I, of course, am Pat Young, the guy to my right, Joe Benito, because I don't have to do that big announcement for you.
Damn.
I know.
You
know, I start running out of ideas.
It may have been a new year for the Superstars of SmackDown Live, but the bicker and dissension that exists between Commissioner Shane McMahon and John Myers and Daniel Bryan continuing to dominate headlines. The Father Figure's failure to be on the same page led to AJ Styles losing an L match. This time, the same thing in a non-title main event. Things did not get any better when Styles, out frustration, suggested a handicap match against his rivals, only to be booking one with the title for grabs in Philly. Also on the show, the Welcoming Committee attempted to end the Riot Squad's path to destruction. The Bludgeon Brothers continued theirs, and the SmackDown Tag Team Championships were up for grabs, rounding out another solid episode. AJ Styles kicked off SmackDown. The champion AJ Styles kicked off the first SmackDown 2018, drawing big ovations. He's made his way to Square Circle 1 week after a controversial loss to Kevin Owens. Styles said John Myers and Daniel Bryan had offered to explain why he would possibly let the Sami Zayn ringside for that aforementioned match. As Bryan made his way to the ring, Shane McMahon interrupted. The commissioner cut Bryan off on numerous occasions, never giving the GM an opportunity to explain himself. Eventually, the promo gave way to the announcement that McMahon, Bryan, and Owens will all be allowed to ringside as Styles battles Zayn in the main event. The power struggle at the top rank continues to affect Styles, perhaps adversely, and it should be interesting to see how long Phenomenal One is willing to put up with the growing tension between Bryan and McMahon. This was a nice teaser for a match between Styles and Zayn that is instantly more interesting than it was, and continues to create a must-see environment for the main event program on Tuesday nights.
Yeah, it did create a lot of interest for the match later tonight and the overall feud going on. Just because, spoiler alert, the match tonight and the people involved have something to do with the title match on Royal Rumble.
Really?
Yes. Yeah. I know that's a shocker for you, even though you've seen it twice. Oh no, you've seen it once this week.
Yeah.
You've seen it once. Because I didn't have to watch SmackDown on Hulu.
No.
He's seen it once. Well, anyway, it added great interest to later in the show of what would happen, like Joe had said.
Up next, I got tag team title match, the Usos versus Shawn Benjamin and Chad Gable. For a moment, it appears as though Shawn Benjamin and Chad Gable had become SmackDown Tag Team Champions. The former Action Wrestler scored what was a surprisingly quick and relatively decisive victory to win the titles. Controversy reigned supreme as it was quickly revealed that the wrong Uso had been pinned, that he was not the legal competitor. The matches started a rare consultation for instant replay, and the Usos ultimately retained their titles, delivering a double super kick to Benjamin and big splash on the top rope for the win. Gable was understandably furious ringside following the match as he watched the champion celebrate. If the decision to consult replays somehow worked into the storyline, it would be a tragedy, like now, because WWE barely never does that.
Yeah.
If only because the chemistry between the teams is there and better matches to be had. Using that decision to have a rematch right inexplicably letting it be and accompanying with a referee's decision supposed to be filed is the perfect way to get there. Gable's a star in the making and continues to show it, while the Usos start 2018 the way they ended 2017 as the best tag team in the company.
Yeah. Best tag team match of the week in WWE, most likely.
Up next, Breezango versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Before the rematch between the Bludgeon Brothers and Breezango could get on the way, Luke Harper went attack, leaving Tyler Breeze and Fandango defenseless. The Ascension's music played and Connor and Victor hit the ring. Attempting to rescue their Fast Child co-stars, they meet the same fate as Smasher's Bludgeon Brothers, so told to close out the segment. I don't mind the storyline, but I am trying to get to the point now that Harper Rowan can destroy all the undercard nerves.
Yeah.
They have demolished both the Ascension and Breezango down, and they should be getting primed for the tag team title push. Let Breeze, Fandango, Victor, and Connor go back to making hilarious videos. Sure, see for their credibility skill to the point that they had, and they built for themselves in recent months evaporates.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where they do need to do something else. I agree with you on that.
Up next, the United States Championship Tournament match is Xavier Woods versus Aiden English. The ladies actually United States Championship Tournament paid the New Day's Xavier Woods against Aiden English tonight. As Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers are watching backstage, eagerly waiting the superstar who will face the Maharaja in the next round. English was surprised with dominance. He wore down the tag team specialists. A sunset for power on the top rope did not go his way though, as Woods delivered a massive back body drop from that position. And Sandlin's crashed on the mat below. A top rope elbow drop from Woods earned him the victory. There was no particularly spectacular about this match, but it did allow the underrated Woods to showcase his abilities. He was superb in the closing moments of 2017 and has earned the right to garner some credibility as a singles competitor that his teammates have. Why WWE created team does seem since this were some English lose despite being red hot. That was a question that needs to explored before it kills off the heat that Dillo's chariot.
Yeah, you. I often forget how good Xavier Woods actually is in the ring because he actually rarely ever wrestles. He's usually the trombone guy on the outside for the New Day, but he's actually a very good wrestler. Yeah, the match was good, and let's see what Woods can do against Jinder.
Up next, the Welcoming Committee versus the Riot Squad. A week after the best stable of all time, presenting United Front against the Riot Squad, the Welcoming Committee. They are the best stable of all time. And, they intended to deliver the true rare loss of 6-woman tag team action. The Welcoming Committee held the early advantage before the Riot Squad took over after the break. Sarah Logan ultimately earned herself one more than Ruby Riott the victory, but the events that took place after her bell had a great impact on the future of the division. Riott told trash to the fans in Orlando before being interrupted by SmackDown's Women's Champion Charlotte. The Queen introduced 2 women who were hellbound teaching the heels the actions that have consequences, hometown girl Naomi, and the return Becky Lynch.
Yay!
The trio hit the ring and took the fight to the Riot Squad, who bailed after taking the brunt of the attack. This did nothing to help the perception of the Welcome Committee, who were beaten down, dismissed from the angle before the Lynch and explosion returned.
But literally, who cares?
The heat between the women, though, I guess between those 6 women, the main 6 women, will, I guess, will enhance the outcome of Royal Rumble, and more importantly, create some rivalries, hopefully that goes beyond the women's title and singles feuds. Something that SmackDown's women's division desperately needs is feuds outside the women's title picture. Desperately.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Charlotte doesn't look like she's going to get a match at Royal Rumble.
right.
I guess that's what you can lean towards here. But yeah, it literally looks just like a stable war on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Which I've actually heard Vince is a big fan of stable wars. 3 or more people. He's occasionally okay with tag teams.
Gotcha. Wait, is or is it?
He is occasionally okay with tag teams.
No, but I mean, for stable wars, he is okay.
He loves
He loves stable wars, okay. But he's okay with tag teams, so he loves stable wars.
He can be
On and off,
against tag teams or for tag teams.
but completely on board with stable wars.
Yes.
Even the stables with no sense. Brilliant.
Kind of like it's the excuse why we got the DOA, Los Boricuas, and Nation of Domination in 1997. We had that 3-way stable war. That
was awesome.
That beauty of a stable war.
It really wasn't bad.
That was horrible.
The Nation of Domination was pretty good.
Yeah, but the other two sucked.
Oh yeah.
The other 2 sucked ass.
Well, not really.
Nation of Domination was okay.
That's an
And
insult.
the other 2 sucked ass.
That's an insult to ass. No, that was the good version of Nation. That was the Rock's version. The Rock for.
Yeah, The Rock would come in later, though.
No, he came in during.
It came in during.
Yeah, because Crush the Side of Vega with the Legion of the Ogre.
That's right, yeah.
It was originally Alman Johnson, and Alman Johnson got injured, then they replaced him with The Rock.
That's right, yeah.
And so it was Farouk, The Rock, Farouk, D-Lo, and Kama. They were there. And then Mark Cameron joined later.
Okay, alright. Nation was good because they had Farouk, D-Lo,
Kama, and The Rock.
Kama, and The Rock.
The highlight of the other team might have been Simon Vega. All the 2 teams combined.
Yeah.
No, that's a definite, actually. Then the next highlight might have been Fate Taker. In the DLA. In the main event, AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn. With Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, and Kevin Owens at ringside, tension was high as AJ Styles battled Sami Zayn in the main event of Tuesday's broadcast. As expected, Chaos dominated the contest late as the referees bumped the ringside, and Owens attempted to prevent him from re-entering the match and counting Zayn's shoulders down. This led to SmackDown Commissioner McMahon attempted to eject Owens from ringside. Bryan grabbed the microphone and announced, "I just spilled my computer." Then McMahon could go with it.
And announced that you just spit on your computer. Wow.
Yeah, how did
That's a
Bryan
hell
know?
of an announcement for Daniel Bryan.
On Tuesday night, and he knew about him for Friday.
I know.
Could go with him, resulting in a puzzle look from the commissioner. The distraction allowed Owens to provide distraction that Zayn took advantage of, delivering the haluva kick for the upset victor. After a match, the frustrated Styles told his superiors to book him in a handicap match against Zayn and Owens, which Bryan did. And he put the W title for grabs at Royal Rumble. They created so also teased on day that Bryan's in collusion with Owens and Zayn that there's no way in hell that that's actually the route they are taking.
Yeah.
The continued teasing of escalated tension between him and McMahon has been fun, though. It has made for one of the best stories on the main roster since the Shane Owens Bill start last October. Styles' involvement as the Grizzle veteran unfairly suffered a wrath of dual authority figures helps garner heat for the program, increasingly more engaging narrative for fans to listen.
Yeah, I thought the match was very good too. I am liking the inclusion, even though Shane
is over.
Yeah, Shane's starting to get overused now.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But still, I think it's an interesting feud, and at least it's that going into it with Shane.
Yeah, at least we know he's overused. Like, he's reaching his sister's level of overuse. The way they're overusing him.
Yeah.
But at least we know.
However, he's much better in his role.
Well, at least we know what the end game is.
And at least someone can actually kick Shane's ass.
Yeah, at least
to
we
get
know.
their revenge.
At least you know someone's going to be put over in the end.
Yes.
So
someone's going to at least be able to kick the shit out of Shane.
Yeah.
Someone.
We don't know what Stephanie's end game ever is.
Yeah.
Well, besides woman crying. I'm trying to get back to AJ Lee. Oh yeah, and being the Stephanie taller than she really is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because she can. The Bosh of the Week. I'll give it to the SmackDown woman division.
Yeah, they're.
I didn't watch. I'll give it to the women's divisions. They're all included in the bill for the Rumble.
Yeah.
So.
I think that's a fair assumption because I was sure to scratch my head and think of one.
Yeah.
Minus the fact that there's really no originality for women's booking right now.
NXT.
In WWE.
NXT.
Main roster.
Oh.
It's just, hey, let's have Stable Wars before we get into the Royal Rumble.
Right.
And I'll actually set aside Alexa and Asuka.
Yeah, because they were a part of that build-up.
Naya, you're a part of it because of the booking of you.
And Alexa's working on adding more local businesses named Asuka.
Your Amazon is working on finding local businesses.
Named Asuka.
Yeah, named Asuka.
Thank you. And then Show of the Week.
She's like the third host of the show.
Yeah, I know. And Show of the Week.
Alright. I got my pick.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. SmackDown.
It was almost rolled though.
Yeah. It's closer than it usually is.
But rolls ending this week hurt.
Yeah.
For me, that's literally what it came down to.
Yeah, it was just...
It was the endings of the show. Mm-hmm. Which program I end up more intrigued in. And I'm, not a handicap match fan. I'm more intrigued by this handicap match that will be Rolls triple threat match.
Yeah. I was more entertained by SmackDown the whole way through. And literally the negative for the week, it was literally on both shows.
Yeah. Roll, though, if they have room in show main event, it'll probably be a different story.
Yeah.
And we'll be right back with 205 Live.
Yes. Never mind. We're actually going to do it in the same video.
Right. 205 Live has a more of a scheduled title defense against Sandy Alexander World due to be hospitalized with the flu. According to come as opponents still saw action when Team Goldust again. The face are Devar and Drew Gulak again. The Zoe train seems to be falling apart. It seems, but that may not be direction WWE intending to go. When hopefully start. No arm guards injury and the XL opportunities brought the stable from 5 to 3 members. Then with the lead out 6, Gulak and Navarre failed to hold their own. Having goals participating in Monday's tag match might be a sign more mixing between the Cruiserweight division and the rest of the roster in the future, which might help the division end.
Yeah.
Let's say we got everything now on this week's episode of How Live. Kira Tozawa versus TJP. The first match of the night featured a return to the first Cruiserweight champion to How Live and real television for the past months, TJP. Kira Tozawa serves his first hurdle or come on his way back to the title, and as a fortune himself, the Japanese sensation that's might be her look. TJP continues to the same level of arrogance he had before his hiatus. Tozawa made him pay for being cocky a few times with his trademark brand of stiff strikes. The pace was never slow, but they never turned things up to a level that the crowd seemed to want. Most of the matches met with silence and isolated cheers. After both men scored 7 falls, TJP picked up the win, but James thumbed to Sal's eyes so he could hit the detonation kick for the pin.
I guess it's nice to see TJ Perkins back. I agree with you. The match was okay. It didn't really pick up into the next gear, though.
Next, Daytime versus Jack Gallagher. For the second year of Daytime, Jack Gallagher were scheduled to face each other in a grudge match. Gallagher was not only trying to manage his loss nicely, but he wanted payback for Kendrick's injury too. Gentleman Jack showed a clip of Kendrick being injured by a Tommy show that he just had to injure people instead of winning matches. Gallagher tried to attack Tommy with his umbrella before the bell, the Japanese sensation out of scale, and got a few shots in before the Brit finally used a lead pipe he had in his umbrella to take him down. Gallagher might not got an actual win, but injuring Tommy with the pipe gave us you a more personal feel.
Yeah. I wish the match was fine. I just wish they would just put a little bit more oomph into Hideo. To be honest, I do like that he's a bit more of a personal feud now, but it still feels like, oh yeah, there's someone named Hideo Itami that was in NXT.
And not Kenta.
Yeah, not like the badass that can break people's faces.
And the main event, the biggest star on 205 Live.
Goldust.
And Cedric Alexander versus Drew Gulak and Ari Daivari. The main event of the week saw Goldust and Alexander team on once more time facing Daivari and Gulak in tag team action. Goldust had a fight moment early on where he pretended to be winded due to running ropes more than usual against the Cruiserweights. But that was the extent of the communist match. Surprisingly, the crowd woke up a bit during this bout and started clapping and cheering for Goldust. And Alexander. And this is either tag team friendly crowd. Goldust is too respected for the fans to remain silent. I'm pretty sure it's the latter. This was an average match to cap off average week of 205 Live. All four of these guys have a lot of skill, but their styles didn't mesh together as well enough to make this anything special. Alexander scored a win for his team with a lumber checkling Gulak, just as he did on Raw.
Yeah, it was fine. I guess it was more or less the special guest star of Goldust this week. But it doesn't really seem like they applied a lot of effort into this episode particularly. They don't really do for the cruiserweights, so it's literally gonna be the same complaint every week.
If Goldust can get this momentum going, I won't mind seeing him walk into WrestleMania as a cruiserweight champ.
Even though he's like 240.
238. Well, don't say 240.
Okay, I was off by 2 pounds.
And I'll do it for this week's reviews. In the next video, we take a trip to the Bazaar for the first time ever.
To where where Mom's Basement has never been before.
Yes. ECW.
Non-WWE.
Right. Well, I think of the name of the pay-per-view, but I keep on calling it barely legal for some reason. Living Dangerously.
Yeah, for some reason I do too.
Living Dangerously 2000. It was 2000,
yes.
Right? And that will be back with our top 20 matches of the year and our 5 predictions for 2018.
Yes.
See you then.
See you then.